So if we logged in as number 2 patient, I mean that was number 1 patient, guys. Now we are the full circle, so we can go out there to Janice Long. We can go into Janice Long's information, modify and change all the information we need to do. Okay? Or go to the patient through this process. And add inventory to this collective. Grams edible other. This is the input process. I'm going to put 1 pound in there. I'm going to put 5 items there and 4 items there and set it, post it. And we'll remember our beginning spot, so we'll set a reference so that this is our basic reference. And as we dispense product, these items will decrement. And then in addition to this third item down here is that we can actually set a patient usage 30, 60, 90 days and set some limits, which we're not going to do at this particular time. Just adding product allows us now to go out and post inventory to this patient. And I'm only going to do 1 gram, okay? And check that out. And this would be the receipt for the patient. Notice that this is the 1 gram checked out, used today 1 gram, and we still have 440 grams available. Okay. At this particular time, we could verify how we're going to receive, and we could actually send a packet. This packet, which is incomplete, to the patient. Now looking at the patient, go into the patient screen, showing all, and scans. Here's where I can insert agreement letters, just putting junk out there. Insert other things. Insert maybe a picture from the map folder and return back to this particular order with the 1 gram to be delivered. And now you notice all this is filled in. So if I was going to send this to a patient, I would click here, send the packet to a patient or to the driver by way of email. Here the driver would be called first. Probably pick up a packet at the store. We can take this and put on hold, and it will time out, allowing the operator to come back and finish the process another time. Set on hold would probably indicate that we're going to put it into a delivery process. And so what happens is it goes through delivery, comes back, paperwork goes through dispatch, we go back to the item, we deliver it away from the system, and now it's out of our way. In the closed area, okay, what you're seeing is some color codes. The standard color is the normal standard checkout. The green is the collective patients checkout, and this would be that one that we set into a delivery mode, but we bypassed the point of sale system. Now that goes to the daily journal is everything but that's been bypassed, the dispatcher mode, because we don't have point of sale, we don't have inventory. So we would probably want to print our dailies. Okay, and once we print our daily, then we would remove this from our dailies. And I'm going to go to admin. In the admin section, we could take a look at our daily journal. and view. Now there's two types. There's a standard daily journal, which we'll look at first. And these are all the standard invoices, separated by a yellow line, the 3 invoices that went through the point of sale in sequential order. Our totals, breakdowns, tax included, tax not included. And over here in this section right here, the pink area is for a type 3 package we haven't discussed yet. Basically, it is a combination of a type 1 and a type 2 with one set price with all the breakdowns to roll over into the daily journal. Closing the daily journal, back into the daily journal again, password protected, view it. This time we'll choose collective instead of the standard daily journal. And the collective would be those that went through the point of dispense, but there was no money included. All it was is about grams. Here we checked out the quantity of 1 gram, and before that was a doobie, a total of 1.5 grams that has been dispensed through this process or between this date and this date. That's all there is to it. Now the rest of all this stuff is about purging records out of the daily journal. Here's where we would add a new collective or standard patient. And we have vendors out there that this particular vendor, Jack 100, happens to own this particular inventory, and that some consignment amount still owed. Inventory DDD or 100. This is the DDD indicates the share it belongs to. The 100 is the inventory. Going into inventory, DDD or 100 is shared inventory with the patients that belong to the share DDDD, and other patients don't. Well, what do I mean by that? If I went back to point of sale and I picked a patient that belonged to another share, like Jimmy Long, and I post and I try to check out inventory that belonged to the share DDD, tells you that it doesn't belong to this share. We can't check out inventory that doesn't belong to our share. However, we can check out anything else that is house inventory or belongs to us. And so that's what I meant by that. Same with the full versions with the barcode checked and going out to any patient other than a shared patient through point of sale allows me to still enter in an inventory 101 return, pick that inventory, OK, and build our invoice. Post it. Board out of there. The only other thing that could be said is to use the dispatch. Go out there and dispatch. We go through this process. So for those that want to use their own inventory control, have their own point of sale, we could use everything else in this application. And if we're dealing with patient usage, then we're going to come up with this area down here. If patient usage is not the case, which I can't conceivably think that it's not if we're using a collective patient, maybe so if we're running just standard patients where we're not doing any usage or product control on, then we would not have to pass through this area right here. So do you think that this is workable? Let me also show you one other thing. In the collective area, go into the share. This is the share where all the patients are under the one share. We have an option up here to post expenses for some particular reason, P, G, and E, at some amount, $333, and for some items, and you could add more items for power and post an item. That's a new record. Post some more stuff, so forth. Exiting it out, exit again, going back in and checking the report. We could view the expenses between date and date, and not print, but to view this time. There would be our one posted item giving us a total of money expended for this particular share. And of course, there's always room for improvements, and that's for everything in this application. But we got to start someplace, don't we? So with all that said, I'm still working on the program, role-playing, checking things out, changing versions, further role-playing,